Welcome to Geek and Son. I'm glad you found us. Today on Geek and Son, we'll be changing the oil in my Goldwing. It's not even gold, but it's a Goldwing, you're right. It even says right here, so I know. Goldwing. Yeah. So what I'm going to be doing today, I'm going to be changing the oil. I've had this bike for, I don't know, 7-8 years or so. I've never changed the oil. But I've only ridden it maybe 5,000 miles. I first got it, actually, I found it on eBay, if you can believe that. And then I flew down to Texas, near Dallas, and rode it home. And that's like a 1,700 mile trip for me, my first time on it. Now, that wasn't my first time on a motorcycle. I did have a 1,500 version of this, an 89 Goldwing that was wineberry colored. I actually like the black better. Anyway, we're going to be changing the oil filter, and of course, the spark plugs. And I've never done any of this, so it'll be comical, or, at least good. Of course, I've changed oil and spark plugs in cars, but the Goldwing is a different animal. So stay tuned. Like I said, if you're new, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. It does help. If you subscribe me, I would really appreciate it. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your mom's friends, call your grandma. She's waiting for you. All right, welcome back. I went and I found a, what is this, 5/8? And when I was doing this all the time, they called this a peanut plug. So that's what we got. Let's take the old one out and take a look at it. Flashlight go. There. That's pretty good. There's a little rubber protective thing inside this socket, so you don't crack the porcelain on your spark plug. I'm probably telling you, all of you that are watching this probably already knew that, but maybe somebody doesn't know. You don't want to use a regular socket because you could crack it and then you just wasted your money on it. Alright, here's the big reveal. Having to pull these out, probably the original ones from the factory. They look burnt. Smell kind of gassy, like my ex-wife. Oh, just kidding. Oh, just for fun, let's check the gap on this original plug. What that means is how much space there is between the electrode and the, whatever it's called. It's getting dirty, it's not going to be very accurate. Let's see. Looks to me like these are about 45 thousandths. And we're not sponsored by AutoZone. Has everyone out there in YouTube land bought 1 million of these and you can never find them when you need them? I did. So, it says on the video I watched, these should be 43. So let's do it. Here's a brand new one. You just stick it on this thing, slide it over. Gently bending the electrode up until it gets to the right gap. And that's about it right there. Boom. Simple as that. So we'll take the brand new plug, pop it in there. That's nice. Trying to make sure we don't strip the threads as we stick it in there or bend the electrode. Gently start it out. You gotta kind of feel it. I'm just gonna gently tighten it here until I feel it stop, and then just a little bit more with the ratchet. And then we'll replace the spark plug wire. Move on to the next one. And that's pretty good. No, I mean barely. Don't strip these things. I'm sure you do not want to be pulling this head off of here and rebuilding the engine. So just barely. There we go. I'm sure there's a torque spec. I call this one eh. Instead of it's eh. And then, of course, since I'm Don Quixote, I like to recheck. There we go. If you haven't read Don Quixote, you should. And gently press that back on. Okay, now for number 2. Pretty simple, straightforward, same thing. Take the other one out, take a look at it, see if it looks really crispy or burnt. This one had a lot of oil on it, a lot of residue. But, you know, I think that's probably the original plug. It smells like gas. You know, it's not really... You can tell if they've been overheated. They're usually different colors than this. This just looks used. It's fine. The bike was running fine. Who knows? Maybe it'll be way faster. Well, and unfortunately right now as I'm filming this, it's winter, so it ain't going anywhere. So I'm going to pop this old wire off here. Now this tape on here looks factory. And there's numbers. You probably can't see them. This one says 5, this one says 3, so I'm guessing that one says 1. So you don't mix the wires up. So let's pull this one off. Let me see if I can get it off my fingers first. Probably not again, but remember, don't pull on the wire, pull on the boot. Oh, there it came right off. And again, try to mar up the bike, get it on there. Pull her out. There you go. Big thing is do not strip the threads on these. On anything. Cars, bikes, whatever. In fact, after the first breaking loose, you probably don't even need the ratchet. You just twist it out by hand. Oh, look at that baby. Black. Again, smells like gas. It is sitting for, I mean, this bike honestly sits more than it drives, but it does have the fuel stabilizer I put in it. I don't think I've gone through a full tank in a couple of years, but when I do, I only put ethanol-free gas in it, and every time I put it in storage over the winter, it's got fuel stabilizer in it, so it's fine. Number 2. I like to put them in order and then kind of look at them and see what they look. That gives you kind of any clue if something's going on in that cylinder. Now honestly, even if it were going on, I wouldn't probably do anything about it because I'm not tearing this bike apart. I've honestly thought more than once of, do I really need this bike anymore? But I know when I sold my 1500, immediately all I wanted to do was ride a motorcycle and I didn't have one. So this one will probably be with me for a long time unless they come out with something cooler. Again, I'm gapping the spark plug. Just move it along the edge here and it'll gently bend it. Now don't try to force it, gently. You break this electrode off, you gotta wait to get a new one. Who knows if you can even do that. So, right, gently pull it off. There you go. And again, put it back in. You can see inside here, I don't know, it's the plastic covering. How necessary is it? Yeah, I'm sure it helps. I've had it come off when I'm trying to do cars. Get that baby in there. Nice and easy with the twisty. I really am feeling it. It's like an extension of my hand. So I can just feel the threads as it goes in. Because you don't want to cross thread this. That would be, I'm sure, really expensive to fix. And I'm not going to do that. So just tighten it by hand. You could go crazy and use the ratchet here, but there's no reason to. There's only 3 on here. It's quick. Oh, it's starting to get tight. Is it? Yeah. A little bit more. Right there. Today we are changing the oil on the Goldwing 1800 GL1800. It's been a little more difficult than I thought it would be. It's I got a drain pan that had a hole in it, so guess where the oil went? All over the floor. And I'm sure Geek Wife will let me know about that later. Right now it's on its kickstand. It is draining all of it out. I already put the new filter in. I did change one side of the spark plug, and as soon as I get it back up on its stand, I'll change the other 3. So as soon as we're done, we'll have all changed spark plugs and brand new fresh oil. And honestly, the oil I've never changed, and spark plugs I've never changed, and I've had it for about 7 or 8 years. And in those years, I've probably only driven it maybe 5,000 miles, so it's not going to hurt anything. The oil was a little more dirty than I thought it was going to be. I know when I bought it from the guy, I bought it in Dallas, Texas, and I actually flew down there and drove it home. He said he just had everything done right then, and I believe him. He's a very meticulous dude, gave me all this paperwork, everything done with the Honda dealership. Now I'm not going to take it to the dealership and have him change my oil. That would be, well, first of all, it's winter, so I couldn't get it there. But second of all, I'm not going to pay them that. However, on the other hand, the air filter is pretty difficult to change, so I would probably have them do that. So as soon as this oil is done draining out, then we'll move on to putting it back together and doing the spark plugs. And I really wanted to change the back tire, but honestly, after a couple of hours of this, changing oil, yes, hours, I don't feel like doing the tire today, because it would be a giant pain in the shin, as I say sometimes. So thanks for watching. Keep it tuned here, and we'll finish up the job, and I'll let you see. Thanks. So now, I'm going to put this new piece that came with the oil on the drain plug, pop it right back in there. It's dripping, but it's done. Again, I made a big mess because the old drain pan had a hole in it. Okay. So I'm gonna button this all up and then put it back on the stand. Hi. So we're right in the middle of the oil change and the spark plug change on this Goldwing 1800. It's right behind me, as you can see. It's been a little more difficult than I thought it would be. Honestly, it's been messy. The drain pan I had, it had a hole in it. Yippee! Because I couldn't find my go when I found another one. Maybe that's why I didn't use it. So guess where it's going? Yeah, in the garbage. I'm sure it'll be fine, but let's check. Looks good. So clean, it's hard to see. Oh yeah. See that? Beautiful. It's actually a little too full, but just barely. Once it starts up and it cycles through, it'll be fine. Alright. So, I think that's going to do it for this video. Maybe at the end I'll show it started up so you can hear it. But thanks for watching.